Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you about who is Donald Trump. Before we start the video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for upcoming updates. Donald Trump, in full Donald John Trump, born June 14, 1946, New York, U.S., 45th President of the United States, 2017 to 21. Trump was a real estate developer and businessman who owned, managed, or licensed his name to several hotels, casinos, golf courses, resorts, and residential properties in the New York City area and around the world. From the 1980s, Trump also lent his name to scores of retail ventures, including branded lines of clothing, cologne, food, and furniture, and to Trump University, which offered seminars in real estate education from 2005 to 2010. In the early 21st century, his private conglomerate, the Trump Organization, comprised some 500 companies involved in a wide range of businesses, including hotels and resorts, residential properties, merchandise, and entertainment and television. Trump was the third president in U.S. history, after Andrew Johnson in 1868 and Bill Clinton in 1998, to be impeached by the U.S. Early life and business career. Trump was the fourth of 5 children of Frederick "Fred" Christ Trump, a successful real estate developer, and Mary McLeod. Donald's eldest sister, Mary Ann Trump Berry, eventually served as a U.S. District Court judge, 1983 to 99, and later as a judge on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Third Circuit until her retirement in 2011. His elder brother, Frederick Jr. Freddie, worked briefly for his father's business before becoming an airline pilot in the 1960s. Beginning in the late 1920s, Fred Trump built hundreds of single-family houses and row houses in the Queens and Brooklyn boroughs of New York City. And from the late 1940s, he built thousands of apartment units, mostly in Brooklyn, using federal loan guarantees designed to stimulate the construction of affordable housing. During World War II, he also built federally backed housing for naval personnel and shipyard workers in Virginia and Pennsylvania. In 1954, Fred was investigated by the Senate Banking Committee for allegedly abusing the loan guarantee program by deliberately overestimating the costs of his construction projects to secure larger loans from commercial banks, enabling him to keep the difference between the loan amounts and his actual construction costs. Donald Trump attended New York Military Academy, 1959 to 64, a private boarding school, Fordham University in the Bronx, 1964 to 66, and the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School of Finance and Commerce, 1966 to 68, where he graduated with a bachelor's degree in economics. Upon his graduation, Trump began working full-time for his father's business, helping to manage its holdings of rental housing, then estimated at between 10,000 and 22,000 units. In the late 1970s and the 1980s, Donald Trump greatly expanded his father's business by investing in luxury hotels and residential properties, and by shifting its geographic focus to Manhattan, and later to Atlantic City, New Jersey. In doing so, he relied heavily on loans, gifts, and other financial assistance from his father, as well as on his father's political connections in New York City. In 1976, he purchased the decrepit Commodore Hotel near Grand Central Station under a complex profit-sharing agreement with the city that included a 40-year property tax abatement, the first such tax break granted to a commercial property in New York City. In 2018, the New York Times published a lengthy investigative report that documented how Fred Trump had regularly transferred vast sums of money, ultimately amounting to hundreds of millions of dollars, to his children by means of strategies that involved tax, securities, and real estate fraud, as well as by legal means. According to the report, Donald was the main beneficiary of the transfers, having received the equivalent, in 2018 dollars, of $413 million by the early 2000s. According to a later report by The Times, based on data from tax returns filed by Trump during an 18-year period starting in 2000, Trump paid no federal taxes in 11 years, and only $750 in each of 2 years, 2016 and 2017. Trump was able to reduce his tax obligations to levels significantly below the average for the wealthiest Americans by claiming massive losses on many of his businesses. By deducting as business expenses costs associated with his residences and his personal aircraft, and by receiving on the basis of business losses a tentative refund from the IRS, Internal Revenue Service, of nearly $73 million, which more than covered the federal taxes Trump had paid on income he received from The Apprentice in 2005-08. The refund became the subject of an IRS audit and a legally mandated review by the Congressional Joint Committee on Taxation. Trump was credited as co-author of a number of books on entrepreneurship and his business career, including Trump, The Art of the Deal, 1987, Trump, The Art of the Comeback, 1997, Why We Want You to Be Rich, 2006, Trump 101, The Way to Success, 2006, and Trump Never Give Up, How I Turned My Biggest. That's all for today. Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for the upcoming amazing and informative video.